I also think it's important when we speak concerning whether a true prophet can give a wrong prophecy. I think it's important to actually delineate between what a wrong prophecy and a false prophecy. I think as believers, many of us are too harsh. And when I say harsh, there are many true prophets we've thrown under the bus, and we've called them false prophets. Now, there's a big difference between a wrong prophecy and a false prophecy. A wrong prophecy is the kind of prophecy that a budding prophet, a growing prophet will make. Okay, that, you know, for example, that they're growing, and then, like I said, you know, they get the observation wrong, or the interpretation wrong, or the timing wrong, but it doesn't make it a false prophecy. It's just a wrong prophecy. And we see that, you know, with the instance of Samuel, like I said, you know, Samuel was not a false prophet, but he almost anointed Eliab. Okay, now, who's a false prophet? A false prophet is somebody who gives a prophecy by a wrong spirit. You know, when the Bible talks about beware of false prophet, you know, and we see that in the book of 1 Samuel chapter 28. That is when Saul went to a medium, remember, in verse 6. And it says in verse 1 Samuel chapter, it says in 1 Samuel chapter 28 verse 6, and when Samuel inquired of the Lord did not answer him, either by dreams or by Urim or by prophets. Remember, when Saul first started, he actually prophesied. So he was aligned, he was accurate in 1 Samuel chapter 9. But then we see as time went on, he became a false prophet and began to use false prophets. That in verse 7 he says, then Saul said to his servants, find me a woman who is a medium, that I may go to her and inquire of her. And his servant said to him, in fact, there is a woman who is a medium at Endor. And then he told the woman in verse 8, they came to the woman by night, and he said, please contact the seance for me and bring up for me the one I shall name for you. Verse 11 says, the woman said, whom shall I bring up for you? And he said, bring up Samuel for me. Now, this is the operation of a false prophet. The prophecy that came up, truly she brought up the form of Samuel, and it wasn't really Samuel that came up, it was a familiar spirit. False prophets operate by familiar spirits, and this is what you call the spirit of divination. And the prophecy seemed accurate. Okay, familiar spirits know facts; they know the facts about you. But the fact that it is accurate doesn't mean it is God. That's why the Bible says, test all spirits. Okay, so there's a difference between a false prophet and a wrong prophet. And I think it's very important that we don't throw true prophets who give wrong prophecies under the bus.